Welcome back. You're watching the Global Dialogue, and we're in conversation with the global CEO of Hitachi Energy. You talked about electric mobility, and again, this is an area where India has placed big bets, or at least set big aspirations and big goals and big targets. Where do you see yourself playing in that space from an Indian perspective?
Look, the plan for India is to, if I well remember some data points, to bring or move roughly 270 million people into urban areas. And of course, then to also then electrify the transportation mode, not only electrical vehicles, but also electrify the entire rail system in India, which is absolutely the right priority. In our case, we look at ourselves with our core competence on managing with our customers those critical infrastructures such as electricity, to really find solutions, technology that help, for instance, those customers integrating charging infrastructure for public transportation, not for the individuals and on the residential, but making sure that, for instance, public transportation, buses, can be electrified in an efficient, affordable way and reliable way, and let alone, of course, electrification of rail. We have a success story. Not too long ago, we have also localized the traction transformers, which is a core component that we provide for locomotives, and we look forward to, of course, continuing that journey and supporting that entire transport electrification initiative in India.
Yes, transport electrification is going to be part of many state governments' plans. In fact, we're having this conversation here in Delhi, and the Delhi government has put a plan in place as far as electrifying public transport is concerned. But any further appetite for more M&A in India?
Look, first of all, as we communicate also our strategy, Hitachi Energy 2030, we want to make sure that our customers, our partners understand that we're also committing to invest. Number one for us, investments is organic, is in innovation. That's our core. That's who we are. We want to keep the leadership in terms of technology. But of course, because a lot of this technology is also evolving very fast, as you well know, in many areas, we will use partnerships, and also we will use inorganic investments in order to help us accelerating the deployment of some of those technologies. And there are some good opportunities in India. There are some good opportunities in other markets. As soon as we will know more, we will be able to share more with that. But once again, for us, India is at the center of that growth. And what is really that I'm really excited is to see that there is one differentiator that has been there for a while, and even more so in India, is the availability of talents. There is a talent pool, also specifically not only on the digital side, and everybody is well aware of that, but also on this energy transition. There is a talent pool for power system engineers, for people that can combine digital and energy technology and help us in innovating for India and for the world.
You know, you spoke about the need to bet on emerging technologies, and that could potentially be an area of possible M&A for you. Take us through where you believe the gaps lie today. What looks exciting from a potential of being able to scale those technologies up? What will you be looking at?
From an IT perspective, we are actually in a better position now that we are part of the Hitachi group. As you know, Hitachi owns 80% of Hitachi Energy, and they've been investing tremendously on the IT and on the IoT side. We come in from an energy perspective on the OT side. We have a lot of what it takes on that one, but we now have our partner right with us that has the scale, the capabilities, the global reach to support that digitalization together with our customers. And of course, the more we learn how to work together, the more we learn what our customers need in that digital transition, in that digital transformation journey, and the more we see the opportunities then again to develop together with them organically and potentially inorganically some areas. Once again, for us, the inorganic path is really bolt-on. We want to make sure that we focus our efforts on adding that part of the technology that will help us creating a stronger, better solution faster and, of course, more efficient to our customers.
Let me end by asking you about the near-term risks and challenges that global CEOs like you are faced with. Inflation, decadal highs across the world at this point in time, whether we talk about the US, Europe, UK, not that bad in India at this point in time, but certainly a cause of concern. Commodity prices, again, we don't know how long they're going to continue to last at the levels that they are, but the expectation is that it is going to continue to be tight when we talk about supply. And then the big R word, the fears of recession across several major economies. As a global CEO, how do you map these three risks today?
As you say, look, as I was mentioning before, while we are looking at all the opportunities and all this tailwind that I was mentioning, particularly in our space because of the energy transition, because of the long-term commitments on decarbonizing, the combination of all what you mentioned, I have never seen that coming in with such a strength and across all the sectors, across all the geographies. It's a challenge, and some of us, I'm old enough to go back and try to remember what we did in some of the inflationary periods that we had in the past. But many of us out there have not seen that. So it's for instance, inflation at 10% in the UK. It's something that many of us have never dealt with, and it's something new. Variability and unpredictability, on uncertainty on commodities, not only the cost and the price, but also the availability, the lead times that are longer than what we ever expected. All of that is something that we need to deal with, and what we need to do is to make sure that we learn as fast as we can how to deal with this new environment, and ensuring that, once again, we do this not as a silos. I won't be able to solve with my team many of these problems. Take the example of the power electronics components, shortages and so on. We have to go all the way throughout the value chain and collaborate with everyone in every step in order to make this work. And we do more and more of that also with our customers and with the broader stakeholders.
But what does that mean in real ways in the near term? Does it mean a pause as far as expansion plans are concerned, investment plans are concerned, hiring freezes? Given the fact that there's an uncertain environment that you are faced with today, does it change business strategy in any form or fashion? Does it put things on hold or pause for now?
You will always have one of the other projects that we will have to put on pause because the assumptions are not, and the parameters are not in line with the decision we made under certain different conditions. But if you, once again, overall, I think we are in a lucky position because we have the demand supporting. So we are in a growth pattern. We are hiring in India. We're hiring globally. We're hiring talents and engineers that will help us in delivering all the commitments that we've been making to our customers and the trust that our customers have put on us. But at the same time, we need to be careful. We need to be selective. We need to understand also how do we take those commitments, ensuring that we don't miss in delivering on those commitments. And that is the aspect. It's not so much about growth is not an issue today, and we're lucky to be in that position. But we need to make sure that we do the right things so that we can deliver on those commitments on time, on cost, and on quality, as we always do.
Well, it's good to know that in the mix of problems, demand is not one of them that you're facing a challenge with at this point in time. Claudio, we wish you and your team the very best of luck, not just with your plans here in India, but globally as well. And we look forward to seeing you soon and, of course, back here in India as well.
Thank you so much for having me, for your time, and look forward to be back in India soon.
Appreciate your time. On that note, it's time for us to wrap up this edition of the Global Dialogue. From all of us here on the team, goodbye. Thanks for watching.